have some listings. I've been stocking my 58 vintage Etsy store. I have more Etsy stores than just my Innkeeper Sue Olson Etsy store. I have some of 58 vintage, it's called, and this is the Etsy store where you would find these items. I'll put the link below, so if you just click on the link, then it'll take you right over there. I have some kits, and they're for making small little fabric covered journals. And then I also have some of my, they're called Farmhouse dress recipe pockets. So I will show you the pockets, and they each will have their own Etsy listing because they're just they're from an old recipe page is the pocket. Then there's a dress and a recipe card made out of vintage fabrics. It's not fabric, it's just paper. So they go in there. And there's two of each dress. So like I said, they'll each have their own ad. And there's this one. Different recipes, of course. Then there's women's photos on the pages. It's kind of cool. This one's yellow. Has some hand embroidery work on this little yo-yo on there. And these are kind of a lavender purple color. So there'll be photos on the Etsy ads too. This kind of a teal color. This one has a mushroom on it. It's upside down. It's another blue one. It says vintage wallpaper on the. It kind of looks like that. And that's the back of those. That one's upside down. It's kind of hard to know exactly how to. All the pages were used a little differently according to how, some had photos of the food, which I didn't really want to have that showing, but these are kind of a blue. And then this is a pink, but this is each a little different. Got a little fly on there. So those are my Farmhouse dress recipe pockets. And they'll be in my 58 vintage Etsy store, and I'll put the link below. And there's quite a few of these little kits. I think there's about 26. And they're all kind of different. There's green, blue, kind of tan, button, more green. Let's see. There's some pink. So I'll open up one of them. We'll go through one of them, and they're all similar in contents, but then different in colors of different things in. But they all have some type of a paper clip on the top, a heart or a bow or something. This is paper doily, and this all can be used in, your whichever journal you make. So we'll slide this out. Okay, so there's a little card of fibers. And in the Etsy ad, when you look at the pictures, the bags will be, the bag, and then it'll show the front and back. So you can kind of see just about everything that's in there. This is a multicolored trim, and has some of the pink vintage buttons on the card. They all have this little embroidered rose on a piece of linen. Some type of a vintage fabric ticket. It's paper. And then a couple of quilted squares. Okay, I can't get them apart. There we go. This one looks like that, and this one looks like that. So there's 2 of them in each one. Has a sewing page which matches. Some are blue, some are green. Has these are the 2 vintage wallpaper pages. They're paper clipped together, and it has this little crochet trim. Each one has this little crochet trim, and this little pink trim with almost looks like a row of bows. A couple of pieces of vintage wallpaper, and some are different colors. It tries to kind of match the kit. This is just a vintage page, book page, and some kind of mathematical vintage card. Some pieces of stitchery of some sort is in there, and some vintage journal cards, or some journal cards is what they are. They have a little altered paper clip holding them together. This one has one of my sewing cards and a vintage bicycle, or over and wheel company. Piece of lace trim, little flower, and then some type of piece of jewelry, or this is a butterfly. I think it's a magnet. Yeah, it's a magnet, but you can cut the magnet off. So that's what's in that kit. And, okay, well, let me go through like one more. I'll go through one more. See if I can find one that might be a little different. Okay, so here's, let me put this one aside. I want to screw it up. Okay, then this is another one. This has a star paper clip. That's a little different doily, I guess, on there. And then this has the blue buttons. So this has like a blue trim and the blue buttons. Like they all have this. They all have this exact thing inside with the rose on. This has 2 quilted pieces. One looks like that, one looks like that. It's a ticket like this, vintage fabric ticket. This is a paper clipped wallpaper bunch. This is the blue sewing page, so it has a blue page for sewing. Has a red paper clip on the top of the wallpaper with the same trim and trim. And this is the red and blue. This is another, just a vintage book page. And another mathematical card. And this has a little different type of embroidered piece. And another this piece of lace. And then these are the, this is the paper clip. And the 2 journal cards. This is a little chicken embroidered piece. And I didn't really do any inking or anything. Some people don't like that. So I tried to keep most of it kind of plain. And this has this type of flower, and then a piece of vintage jewelry. There's little holes in it so you can use it for a dangle or whichever you prefer. So that's another one. So they're all, like I said, they all have kind of the same stuff in them, but they're just each a little bit different. So those will be my kits that I'll have in my Etsy store, and then also the, where'd I put them? Here they are. The little farm dress recipe pocket. I also have a couple more bears done with their little journals, so I can kind of show you those. This one is, he's like a, okay, wait a minute, I have to move this here. This is a panda bear. See, now it's too close to film him, but I'll just kind of show. They're kind of aged. She's got a chain around her neck, a little floral dyed, it's kind of tea-dyed shirt with a little jean jacket on, and her little khaki pants, and she's got some Van shoes on with the flowered sole that matches her shirt. This is the back, the little pants, the little pocket. And then she has a little pocket journal. The fabric kind of matches her shirt. There's a little tuck spot up here, and this button, little bead is pinned on. And then it has some designer paper and just old, you know, book pages and sheet music and aged papers. I think this is composition paper and graph paper. Just a variety of this lined paper. It's a little angel in there. So some pages, and I'll have the breakdown on. There's a catalog book in there page. I'll put this one flips out. No, it's a pocket. That's a pocket as well. That's the middle of the book. There's one sewn in signature. It's fabric all collaged and it says notes. Kind of sewed that on there. My free motion sewing. So yeah, this is her little pocket journal that goes with her, with the panda bear journal. So that's one bear. And there'll be photos of them on the in the Etsy store, so you can check it out or zoom in on that. Now this one's a little bigger. I think that panda bear was a 15-inch bear, and this one is an 18-inch bear. She's got a pretty little rhinestone and pearl thing embellished in her by her ear on her head. She's got some little earrings and a little necklace. She's got a little dress on that's tea-dyed, and it's got like a little crinoline underneath. It's got roses on it. She's got a little sheer bow with some roses embellished on, and she's what? That's funny. So that's the back of the dress. That's the back of her head, and then she has a journal too, so I'll get that. Hers is made out of the vintage wallpaper. A little bead pinned on there, little beads on the end of the ties, and then that just slips off. There's a little collage of fabric on the front too, with some freeform stitching and some lace. I just love the way it feels. I just love it. Then hers has a little journal spot with some fabric inside of the pocket. This opens up. And hers has little journal cards inside. It's a little owl. It's an old book page, music page. This page went in upside down, so then I painted over the words. So it's a nice page to write on. It's another little, this says pigs. This is a page where I scan my doilies. It's the center of the signature. Little tuck spot under there. A little washi tape. It's another journal card. It says fish. Oh, I'm out of frame. I'm not doing so good here today. And there's another one that says kite. And that's the back. It's a fabric pocket with another one of those little journal spots in. So yeah, that's her little pocket journal that goes with the little bear. So I have the links below where you can go over and check them out if you're interested, see what they're all about. And I thank you for watching. Bye now.